I came into the workshop and I noticed this. My handy dandy contraption for hanging guitars that I've been using for way too long. It broke. So the guitar went crashing head straight into the floor. I haven't really assessed the damage yet, but we'll see what we can do. So I've managed to find the pieces of the edge of the headstock. And we also have the compressive force downwards opened up the neck. So we have a split. So firstly I'll glue up the split, and then I'll go about to individually glue up the pieces of the headstock and then glue it on. And this will be a lot of patching work, but I'll make it work. It made for a sturdy glue up, and I'm not sure how much more damage it is on the guitar. I haven't seen anything crucial as of right now, but together with this little headstock glue up and what we're also having on the guitar, I will wait for this to dry, and I've tidied up all the glue squeeze out so that I'll have a better fit for this piece. And I'll just go slowly and steadily, and what we'll end up with is that I'll probably have to fill in a bit more on the headstock. But since I'm painting it white, the only thing that will be noticeable is on the back of the neck, and I will make sure to fill and tidy that up as much as I can. But it will definitely be a little bit more of a battle-scarred guitar out of this. So what could I have done differently? In this case, of course, my little hanging device, I didn't think about it since I've been using it for a long time, but it's not as sturdy as it should be. So definitely in the future, if I'm hanging up a guitar, I'll make sure that it's something that is fail-proof, so that I won't have any type of traumatic incidents like this in the future. As soon as I came in, probably about 5 minutes later, when I just assessed the situation, I filmed the shot for you, and then I did the glue up. So even though it feels horrible that you've destroyed your little baby that you've been building on for a long time, the best thing you can do is to just assess from where you are and keep on going. Because oftentimes what happens is that it becomes so much of a blow when a thing like this happens. And the more you go through it, as you've seen on my channel, things happen all the time. And the best thing you can do is to just move on. Because eventually you'll come to a point where it'll just be a story. You see that guitar? It fell on the floor and the neck broke. Or the last guitar I made, no one won't even notice, but you see the volume knob? It shattered through the guitar. Things like that builds confidence, and you evolve as a builder. And the same thing can apply for other aspects in life. So at least for me, even though it's traumatic, I know that this will strengthen me as a builder and as a person. And I hope that you'll take something with you. And also would love to hear if you had any catastrophic or also minor inconveniences in your guitar builds. So thank you for joining me through this crazy journey. And I'll hope we'll just keep on going in terms of this guitar, because I'm stoked where we'll end up. Fun glue up. I used the cord that broke to save the guitar neck. I felt that that was kind of a poetic justice to use the thing that actually caused the accident from the start. And then after that, it's the last little piece that's going on the top. It's a gradual process to reconstruct the headstock. But what I'm doing is that I'm filling in the cracks and the unevenness with standard wood glue. And then I sand over it so it can kind of meld with the sanding dust. And then I continue to mold and shape. So in the front, with the cracks, I'll eventually let the glue and wood dust fill in and harden above, and then sand it down so that I can, let's say for here, for instance, where I have some fibers missing by the B string, eventually I'll build it above level and then I can sand it down. And then I'll have to go in and make sure that it's level and neat. And what I'll probably do is that my initial plan was to have the front of the headstock white, but now I think I'll go the whole headstock white, and I'll see if, depending on how this turns out, I might also go a couple of frets with whitening that fades out over the fretboard, just to make it look nice and tidy. And besides that, after checking out the body, the only thing I can notice is here. There's a little divot, and I think I'll try to steam that out with the soldering iron. There we are. And now I can happily say that the damage is taken care of. And you can still visually see the places where it broke. But most importantly, it is structurally secured, it's sturdy, and all the places feels exactly as it did before the break. And that's the most important part. You want it to be smooth, and visually you will see the cracks, but you won't feel it with your fingers, because your fingers can sense very small, minute details in differences, if it's level or not. So making sure that it's completely level, I will then move on to the finishing. And as I said, I'm gonna do white on the body, and I was gonna do white on the headstock on the top. But since I got this break now, I can use the white to actually cover the damage going down onto here. So I will paint white all the way across the headstock on the back to this point, and I will just lightly feather it out. I'm not gonna make a clear coat on the back of the neck, so I will just feather that out and then use the hard wax oil on it. But it will cover the visual damage that you can see that it was a break. And the same thing on the top of the headstock and also in the front by the truss rod opening. So this was quite the ordeal, but I'm very happy that I soldiered through, and I'm very stoked to be done with this and move on to finishing.
Tellurians, please like, share and subscribe and all that jazz. Until next time, ta-ta!